Every Wednesday, 6 to 9 on Indie 101.
What's up? It's currently 7:48 right now because Jammin Wit. As I said, we're going to have an interview with Devon Tracy is in the house. What is good? What is good?
What's poppin'?
Chilling.
Out here.
Yeah, you said you had something to say.
Yeah, man. Okay, so I just wanted to save this, and it sounds better on air because if I said it off air, it sounds like a stalker. But I met Devon Tracy before, and I'll tell you how I met Devon Tracy.
Tell me.
See, Devon, my friend in the corner over there. She's gonna exposed. So, do you remember Chris Brown concert? Like a year ago? Yeah. So we go see Chris Brown. This one's all excited. My friend Desiree's here. She's all excited to see Chris Brown. She didn't like jump around much in the concert. I didn't really hear her scream. Nothing. We leave the concert, and I'm minding my own business, walking, trying to get to the GO train. There's this girl that grabbed my arm and almost break it off like mid-socket. Oh my God, that's Devon Tracy! I was like, who? Devon Tracy! So I walk over and like, did you take a picture? You're like, yeah, man, yeah. And you're like handing out mixtapes. I have a mixtape. And that was mine.
I remember my first time seeing Devon Tracy. I never seen you in person. Your mom put up videos of you dancing. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then one day I heard one of your songs and I'm like, your son raps too? She's like, yeah, like, what else does he do? like, tell me more.
Honestly, that's one thing that tripped me out because like often like I was gonna talk to you that I've seen you before and I've seen you in videos and whatnot, but I didn't connect that you were the dancer kid and rapper as well, right? So I was always like separating the two until my brother told me he used to go. I'm like, yeah, like, he's a dancer kid. Remember? I'm like, what? I'm like, that's crazy. Yeah. But I was talking about today that it's different to see a rapper have the dancing skills as well. Like you hardly ever see it, right? It's usually R&B because it works, right? But so that's definitely some sick talent that you have, and hopefully hold on to it. But what kind of like inspired you to do the dancing and rapper as well? Like what was that started you off?
Like I used to freestyle whatever like with my friends like back in the day, like when I was younger or whatever. But I've always danced like I used to dance at like family parties, get-togethers or whatever, just like or even just watching like Michael Jackson and Chris Brown growing up. I just used to like mimic them like dancing their dance moves from their videos or whatever, right? Yeah. But I think like about like 2 years ago, probably about 2 years ago, like that's when I really started like rapping. Like I always freestyled and wrote or whatever, but I really started like taking it seriously and just like got studio time. That's when I linked up with Risto, and from there we just from there.
You have is 3 mixtapes you have released now?
I have 4 actually.
It's 4?
Yeah. Actually I have 5, but I released one when I was still the dancer kid, so that one.
That one.
No, I was TDK.
Okay. And
the last 4.
What was the feedback from the last few that you had?
They've been really good. The last one I put out was like a instrumental, like it was freestyle, mostly freestyles. Yeah. And the one before that was called 18. Yeah. That's when I just turned 18, and that was all originals. So Dream Chase, I have Dream Chase, 18. Those are both originals. And then I have YYZ to LAX and Way With Words. I'm forgetting my own mistake names. Way With Words that are freestyle, mostly freestyles.
You just have a huge library to remember.
Do you have a favorite one? Do you have a favorite mixtape?
Personally, I'd say my favorite mixtape is Dream Chase. Just because around that time I was living in LA pretty much for like 6 months, and just everything that I experienced like in LA and stuff is different environment, and that's pretty much what I put into that mixtape. So a lot of memories go into that.
Do you have any like crazy stories of like something that's happened to you while you've been traveling?
Crazy stories.
There's always one crazy person.
I'm trying to think of one. Not necessarily crazy stories, but just like bumping into people. Like one time I walked into this restaurant called Katana. It's like this like higher end sushi restaurant in LA, and freaking Warren G was in the elevator, and I was like, damn. And like I didn't even take it was Warren G. Yeah. And then until after, and then dude was like, yo, that was Warren G in the elevator, and I was like, what? I was like, that's crazy.
Have you had any like crazy fan experiences other than my friend?
It's not crazy. She's cute. Leave her alone.
Nothing crazy, but yeah, I get noticed like at the mall sometimes, whatever. Usually like Square One. I'm from Saga, right? So Square One.
Saga.
But actually the craziest experience I ever had was I was on Santa Monica Boulevard in LA, and some random dude walked up to me. He's like, "Yo, are you Devon Tracy?" And I was like, what? I was like, is this really happening? I was like, thinking to myself, I'm like, yo, this is crazy, because like I would never expect like that to happen like down there, right? I didn't even think, yeah. But yeah, that was pretty dope.
That's sick.
But yeah.
Honestly, and in terms of music, like what would you like? What kind of styles do you think you grab from different artists? Like a lot of people, when we ask them what inspired them, what kind of artists, they say Tupac and Biggie, this and that.
Yeah.
But who would you say that inspired you in terms of how you rap?
A bunch of people, yo. I listen to a lot of Jay-Z, a lot of Kanye, Fab, Kendrick, J. Cole, a bunch of everything. I listen to YG. Like I have a bunch of different mixtapes on my iPod or whatever. But I think my biggest inspiration would have to be Michael Jackson. Obviously, I know that's kind of cliche. A lot of people say, "Oh, Michael Jackson, my biggest inspiration," but like he really was for me. And Chris Brown, he's like the younger version, I guess, of Michael Jackson. Just seeing him growing up, especially being a dancer too, and just doing both of them, right? So
yeah. In terms of, I feel like I want to ask more questions about your dancing as well.
Yeah.
Like, is that something that you really want to, like, do you want to kind of carry that on to something further, or is it just something that you're always going to do with your rapping?
Yeah, but like this summer, I really want to get back into dancing. I'm gonna go real hard. I'm gonna start putting out a lot of videos and stuff. So yeah, so look out for that.
That's gonna be sick. So in terms of how far you want to go in the industry in general, like what are your, I guess, your goals for this year?
Let's get rich.
Sometimes that has
my
to
main
be the
goal.
goal.
No, I'm joking. No, I'm just trying to have fun, man. Just make good music and just keep growing. Just keep getting better. That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah.
Are there any artists you want to work with?
Yeah.
I want to work with a bunch of artists. Probably, I keep saying Chris Brown, but he's probably like one of my biggest inspirations. So I say Chris Brown, Kendrick, Big Sean, Drake. Toronto, we also have a lot of dope artists too. Man.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. Toronto.
I think Toronto personally, we need to put each other on more. You know, we're like the hater capital, obviously. So
Screwface capital.
Screwface capital. So we don't really mess with a lot of people, but I think it's something we need to do, because I think just like you see other cities like Chicago, Atlanta, how they have like their whole movement. When they see the whole city doing something, it really tells you something. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of talent. The few times I've gone down there, like the things I see in the artists, I see in the talent that's there, it's like, this is crazy. Like there's a lot. There's a lot.
I mean, like we got two of the biggest artists in the world right now. We got Drake, Bieber.
Just stop there.
Yeah.
So out of the city or out of the GTA, like who would you want to work with if you wanted to start collaborating and bringing together all these GTA artists?
A bunch of people, yo. I'm gonna have Syph. I don't know if you guys heard of Syph. I got Breeze. Part of my team. Breeze is part of the team too. I got Sazy. Me, Jones. J.I. Jones. He's from Toronto too. Rich Kid. We got some stuff coming. Yeah. So, yeah. I'm just trying to network and meet as much people as I can. Keep working. Yeah.
Do you have any celebrity crushes?
Yes, I do. Number one right here. She's been my boo for like 5 years now. Kate Upton.
Oh my god.
Kate Upton, everybody, you know what I mean? She's alright.
For anyone who can't see, he has this picture of this girl licking a lollipop right now.
Yeah,
You can probably
that's
find
Kate
it.
Upton. She's not just any girl.
Kate Upton?
Yeah, Kate Upton.
Is she original letters or no?
My other crush would have to be my second. I have like 10, but like my top three would have to be Kate Upton, Christina Milian. I actually met her when I was in LA one time.
Did you cry?
No, I didn't cry, but I was mad nervous. I was young too, so I was like, oh shoot. I remember seeing her in like movies with Nick Cannon and stuff, and like seeing her in person, I was like, damn. Like there's even a picture with us, and she's like hugging me, and I'm like. Yeah, and then number 3 would have to be Ariana Grande.
Oh yeah, she's cute.
Yeah.
You see her videos, Matt?
Yeah, I like her. She's like a good girl type.
Have you ever gotten any really good advice from anyone that you would be able to pass on?
I've gotten advice from a bunch of people, but I actually met this dude named Troy Taylor. If you look him up, you Google him, he's like, there's a lot of credentials on his record. But yeah, he actually just taught me a lot. I met him in when I was in Rotterdam doing this music festival like a couple weeks ago. Sorry, and he just taught me like to just really stay focused. Like he wasn't even like on like the music tip or whatever. He just came to me as like a big homie, and we had like a huge conversation. I just met this dude too, and it was just inspiring hearing it from a stranger. And if you look him up and see like all the people he's worked with and stuff, it was just really dope to get advice from someone like that. You know?
Sometimes the best advice comes in weird form, especially from people you don't know.
Yeah, like it doesn't even have to be from someone like big or anyone. It's just like I get advice from like my grandpa.
Yeah.
And my grandfather like gives me some good advice, and I'm like, damn, you make me really think. You know what I mean? But
What
whatever.
advice he gave you?
I don't even know. Like my grandpa's always giving me advice. Like he's always telling me something. But I think the one rule that he always taught me was whatever money you make, try to put half in the bank. So I've always tried to stick to that.
Try.
Yeah, it doesn't really work out, but sometimes I do it. So when I make like a large sum of money or whatever, like if I do a short sum, I try to like just put half away and
buy swag out
save
jackets
for
like the
some.
one you're wearing right now.
Yeah, shout out to the homie Trey. He actually designed it. Like my boy made it from scratch.
Wow.
So, yeah.
With your music and working so long, even dancing, if you could describe yourself in like one word, who are you in one word? I'll give you two.
In one word.
Or two, that's fine.
Really sexy.
Okay, so that concludes today's video.
Well, that was fun.
I don't know. I don't think I could really like describe myself in one word. It's kind of hard.
Okay, then do it in two.
In two?
It's still really hard.
Still sexy.
Devon Tracy.
Still.
Devon.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's the cop out
I
for
like
everybody.
that.
Everyone
I like
answers like
that.
that. Well, I'm Tia Gordon. So,
No, I don't mean to
It's
be all like
cheap.
that, but
that's
I'm just me. Yeah, I'm just me. I guess.
You said you have 5 mixtapes that you have released.
Yes.
But I think it's only 3 that are on the. How many do you have on the site right now? You have Dream Chase. You have.
Dream Chase, 18, and Way with Words. Yeah, those are probably the ones that are on it. YYZ to LAX and Up in the Air. Those are like the older ones. So.
How did you come up with the YYZ to LAX, or is that?
Yeah, my first mixtape was when I was TEK, when I was just starting off as a dancer. It was called Up in the Air.
Yeah.
So then I thought it would only be right that my second mixtape would be called YYZ to LAX. That's when I was doing a lot of traveling back and forth to LA and Toronto, and YYZ to LAX, and then pretty much that was like the next mixtape was Dream Chase.
Yeah.
So I'm Up in the Air going YYZ to LAX, Dream Chasing, and then the last one was 18. And now, actually the last one was Way with Words, and the one before that was 18. Yeah. But the new one is called Room Full of Mirrors. That's what I'm working on right now. It's gonna be an EP, probably 7 to 8 songs.
Yeah.
Not sure yet, but I'm just working on it right now. I don't want to say any dates or anything because I want it to be perfect, and I don't want to break any broken promises or anything like that. But
yeah.
Right, from your first mixtape to what you're doing now, where do you think you are musically? Like, how do you think you've grown?
I think I've grown a lot. Yeah. A lot of people say like, oh, I like your old stuff better, but I think it's because the lyrics that I had before were more like punchlines and like punchlines and bars necessarily, but it was for when I was younger, you know what I mean? But now I think my music has matured a bit and I'm trying to reach a different crowd, you know what I mean? So I gotta kind of grow and change with the times, you know?
There's a second side to music though, like when, aside from you writing and putting out tapes and things like that, what's it like when you perform? Like, do you get nervous or?
Oh yeah, I still get nervous all the time. I think the most nervous I did a show in LA at the Wiltern with Ice Cube and Ski Talks. That's when I was messing with the homie DJ Ski a lot, and I performed with his band, and like I met Ice Cube backstage, I think just before I went on, and there was like Kendrick Lamar, like before he was like big or anyone knew who he was really. He was back there, and like I already like listened to Kendrick and stuff, so I was like, damn, like my favorite rappers are back here right now, and I was like my heart was like beating out of my chest, but yeah, I still get nervous. It's normal to get nervous, whatever, but yeah.
How do you handle it? Does it translate in your performance? Like,
I think from being a dancer, like I used to get really nervous as a dancer too, because growing up I was always just like a real shy kid. I was kind of kept to myself, but as soon as you walk on stage, I think like my whole mood just kind of like changes. You know what I mean? Like because when you're on stage, you're ready and you gotta be like, we're doing this shit. Like I gotta perform this and make it work. You know?
So how do you handle like people like screaming for you?
I don't know. I don't know.
It just happens and you're like, oh, cool.
Yeah. Scream back at them.
Whoa, okay. Sorry.
Have you done a crowd surf yet?
Nah, that's actually one of my dreams, yo.
Yeah, sure.
I'd like to do that before I die. So if I never make it, I'm gonna crowd surf with 20 people.
Just
I want to do it. it. Like I've been at shows where there's enough people to do it, but I'm so tempted to do it, but I don't want to like run and jump out, and then no one catches me, and I'm just like on the floor, like oh.
And you get up and walk away.
Yeah. That would not be a good situation, right?
Don't want that.
Make sure your pockets are empty.
Right? If you want to be stealing my change,
You're like, whoa, whoa,
After chicken till I go home. Wait out with this ozone. Ice got colors like snow cones. She want me, I don't need her. Got Jenny Rachel.